We are here. First of all, my apology to speak in English. I'm not very good in Tamil, so since today we are here to release a book on Maharishi Bogar Sapthagandam, and Yogiji Venkatraman has translated in a more simple Tamil language for all of you. Tradition goes that Bhoganatha lived in Kadirgamam, also in Sri Lanka, and that temple is looked after by us. We are looking after the temple. There is again tradition that he took the Tamraparani route and even went to China. And many people have a different view. He went to China, the Laoso are the same person. In North India, in Uttar Bharat, we have a tradition that Matsyendranath is a Bhoganatha, same, but again it is all the great tradition part of that. And the literature is made available for all of you. It is a great thing. We should all learn. As someone mentioning, I was not fully able to understand, but one thing is very clear. See, Tamil people here in Tamil Nadu, because the political, their orientation, made Tamil as a language-centric society. But Tamil is not a language-centric society. Tamil society is very devotional society, very spiritual society. Entire our culture, tradition, history of Tamil is all, history, tradition of Hindu Dharma, their society, Adhyatma, everything. And people talk, I was telling him, look, if you read Tirumantiram by Tirumular, is a great philosophical book, and that is also in the Saivism book, but that is a non-dualistic book. Many of the Saiva tradition are dualistic, but that is a non-dualistic tradition. But no one talk about that. If you go into Bhagavatam, there is saying, there is sloka. Bhakti was born in Dakshin Dese. Then, Bhakti was born here, Then Bhakti traveled to the east, went to the Gaud. Gaud is east. Just like we have a tradition, these are all regional area, not many people understand. Panch Dravida. Dravida means Tamil. That is not the correct thing. Dravida means Panch Dravida. We have a Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam and Marathi. Marathi is the first Dravida, You know that Rahul Dravid cricketer? He is a Marathi fellow. He is not a Kannada man. He is living in the Bangalore, but originally he is a Marathi man. Because Marathi is the first Dravida, because after crossing the Vindhyan, they are the first people, If you go in Varanasi, I am from the Varanasi. In Varanasi, because all those day names were God names, Just like Ramchandra. There are many scholars are Ramchandra. So how they will say? If Ramchandra is from Maharashtra, they will say Ramchandra Dravida, If Ramchandra is from Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, they will say Ramchandra Tailang, Ramchandra is from Bengal, they will say Ramchandra Gowda, Gowda means east. We have again, just like we have Panch Dravida here, that side we have Panch Gowda, not like Karnataka Gowda, That Gowda is Anga, Banga, Kalinga, Magad and Kamrup, These are the Panch Gowda. Gowda means east. So these were the reasons. So whole our tradition is, I was telling you, Bhakti was born here in Tamil Nadu, travel in the Gaudadesa. There she become young. We have a great tradition of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Bhakti from there traveled to the Braj Kshetra, which is the present Vrindavan, and become old, and Bhakti remained there, So you can see the Bhakti was born here. But these politicians made this Tamil culture and tradition as a language-based tradition and a secular tradition. But this is not the correct thing. Second thing, language cannot exist without literature, and literature, all Tamil literature is based on pure spiritual, religious, dharmic tradition, full of knowledge, And these are all, which is good thing is that all these, our Satya and this Venkatraman, they are bringing all those, old thing which is not popular in the society, not available in the society, coming to the popular discourses, bringing to all our, younger people for their availability. You should read. These are all our great heritage. Another very important thing, the so-called politician here, they have created divide, north, south, all these bogus thing, I told in the last time when I was in IIT Chennai, this is a fact. This is, I am not telling from my side, You go in Bhagavad Mahapuran, we are all descendant of Bhagavan Manu, Manu Maharaj. We are all descendant of Manu Maharaj. The last Manu we have, this is Vaivashvat Manu. The last Manu was not born in Uttar Bharat, Last Manu was born here in Dakshin Bharat, Rajarsi Dravideswar. That is in the Bhagavad Mahapurana. That person is a Rajarsi Dravid Satyavrat Manu. So he is the one during the great flood, the Mahapralaya. He is the one who took all the space in the boat and took refuge in Himalaya. When I was delivering lecture, so they used to say that there is a Jain movement from the north to south. Then I told you should find out there is a Jain movement from south to north also. So one Jain scientist told, yes, there is a movement of Jain from south to north also, So there is no, in our tradition, all these are all intertwined, there is no separate thing. But these people have created, these are all bogus things, which we need to challenge them, expose them, and read our tradition with a great pride, and observe it, and stand and fight for it, And people, because in the name of language, they will talk all nonsense. I was telling this professor, from the classical, because I am a grammarian, the old tradition says that Bhagavan Sankara, Shiva, created Udugu. In Tamil Nadu, you have Udugu, we call north Damru. Udugu. And from there, the alphabets came. I, Un, Ri, Lirik, I, Yong, I, Yauch, Havarat, Lad, Yamanganam, Chabaya, Ghadadasa, Jabagadadasa, Kapha Chatata, Chatata, Kapaya, Sasasar. These are the alphabets came from that Damru, Udugu. And from based on that alphabets, that is Maheshwar Sutrani, that is Pratyahar Sutrani, Maheshwar Sutrani. See, this is all, and the whole grammar school is known as Saiva Tantra grammar. The whole grammar school is known as a Saiva Tantra grammar. And based on that, Indra wrote grammar of 1 lakh sloka. That is known as Aindram, And from that same Aindram is a source, Panini wrote what is the Ashtadhyayi grammar. He is a scholar, he was at 1 lakh slok. He summarized in 1000 sloka, which is 4000 sutra. And based on the same Aindram, Tolkapi wrote the Tamil grammar. So both source is the one. Source is the one. Both are sister. If you go through some of those who are, this is a very technical thing. If you see the Swaradigan, Swaradigan, gun part, they are very gun part in grammatical is very similar. I can tell you one thing. You hear in Tamil Nadu, you say am for yes. Am for yes. Yes, no? In Sri Lanka, they say om for yes. In Jaffna fellows, they don't say am. They say om. Om. And if it is om and am, both are in Swaradigan of the Panini Ashtadhyayi, gun part of the Panini Ashtadhyayi. So there is a lot of common things. These are all. So our society, now younger generation, they should more study and expose this bogus design of the politician. Let's revive the entire great culture tradition of the Tamil society, which is Hindu society, and take pride and help all these efforts, those who are doing all these efforts, encourage them and support them. And my best wishes to everybody.